back to the channel, and today a quick review for this, A Crown of Swords by Robert Jordan. This is book 7 in the Wheel of Time. So we're at book 7 now, and we're quite a long way into Wheel of Time, and what we have at this time is a book published first in 1996 that is not as long as the books preceding it. So the book before this was the longest book in the entire series, Lord of Chaos. What we have here in hardback is about 670 pages, not including all of like the appendices and what have you. And in paperback, that comes in between 800 and 900 pages, so quite a bit longer in paperback. But what it means is it's about 310,000 words. Now, I'm a slower reader. It took me about a week and a half to read this, but you may find it much quicker than that. But 310,000 words, it's about normal for epic fantasy, I would say. So not the longest book in the series by any stretch of the imagination. It has that glorious Robert Jordan prose, so if you're a fan of heavy detail in your series, then you're going to get plenty of that here. Now, we return to the world in an absolute state of chaos, and in a way that really reflects the mind or the personality at this point of the Dragon Reborn. We're in a state of flux, really, in this world. And also I find that Robert Jordan maybe is struggling a little bit in this novel in the framing of the Aes Sedai. What to do with the Aes Sedai? At times, their implementation in this novel seems extremely scattershot. The thing I tend to forget in this series between books is the level of political intrigue, the sheer amount of characters at play, and the vastness of the world that Robert Jordan has built. It is really, in a way, a good match for A Song of Ice and Fire. If you're a fan that is coming from A Song of Ice and Fire, wondering what to read next, one of your favourite things are politics, cloak and dagger stuff, having lots of characters and perspectives spread across a large world. This series absolutely is a good match for that. It may not show it in the first couple of books, but stick with it, because by this point, the level of politicking is at a very, very high level, and it's very, very entertaining. Now, if you're a fan of Matrim, this is a great Matt book. So Matt is an interesting character. He is becoming more pivotal, it feels, in the world as time has gone on. And this is a book where he is in probably something like 40% of the chapters. And yeah, he's really, really entertaining in this. His storyline is getting more and more interesting. He's involving himself with different parts of the world more now, and more characters, and more people are feeling the effects of the Tavern generally, I think, in the world at this point. So in that way, it's really, really good. One thing I will say, it's not the perfect book. It has a very, very abrupt ending. Now, coming off of 3 of the longest books in the series to a shorter book like this, it did strike me as quite weird. It ends very abruptly and not necessarily in the place you might think. And the book following this is even shorter. It does make me feel maybe Robert Jordan was picked up by his editor and was made to make 2 smaller books, because the previous book, Lord of Chaos, was almost 400,000 words. It was over 1,000 pages in hardback. And this, to come to a couple of that 600-page hardbacks straight after, does make me think maybe this was a larger arc inside the series that was maybe split into 2. So I'm really, really looking forward to, I think it's Path of Daggers up next, to see if this is pretty much an arc split in 2. We'll wait to find out, I suppose. But still, another great entry into Robert Jordan's A Wheel of Time. I would actually give A Crown of Swords a 4.3 out of 5.